peaceful family gathering in Windhelm. Dark Elves. In Windhelm, you don't need a reason to hate the Dark Elves, you just need a bottle and a bad childhood. So the Dunmer moved in after their whole island exploded, and the Nords responded by giving them the medieval equivalent of Section 8 housing. You can literally be the Dragonborn, and they'll still ask you if you're one of those Dark Elves. And all of this because nothing brings a Skyrim family together like blaming immigrants for the economy in a town that doesn't even have plumbing. Why not play Skyrim? We have racism, 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 and just for variety, more racism. You wanna be a Khajiit? Hope you like sleeping outside the walls like a furry refugee. Pick a Dunmer? Everyone assumes you're one bad day away from starting a slave empire. Argonian? Congratulations, you're legally pawn scum in Windhelm. And if you're a Nord, well, at least Ulfric likes you. Until he finds out your last name ends in Vani. The Dunmer being racist to Nords in Morrowind. Nords being racist to the Dunmer in Skyrim. Well, well, well. The Dunmer built Morrowind on slavery. Then the Red Mountain coughed and suddenly it's, why won't the Nords let us into their taverns? Tamriel doesn't do justice, it does karma, about how your kind isn't welcome here. And Skyrim is proof that in Tamriel no one forgets racism, they just wait their turn. The Empire will bring peace to Skyrim. The Imperials will ban Talos and sell us to the Thalmor. We are racists. Yes. The Imperials are like smooth-brained bureaucrats too spineless to stand up to the Thalmor, and the Stormcloaks are passionate local racists who read the lusty Argonian Maid and thought it was propaganda. The truth is, the Stormcloak Rebellion isn't about freedom, it's about who gets to be in charge of the racism. You can't do this. Slavery is just part of Dark Elf culture. Tell it to your false god slaver. Morrowind taught Argonians obedience, and Black Marsh taught them revenge. The Dunmer ran a society that ran on slavery and called it tradition. Now the Argonians have spears, scars, and exactly zero interest in nuance. Because when your entire religion is built on oppressing lizards, don't act shocked when the lizards come back with divine PTSD and a kill count. When you first enter Windhelm and two fellow Nords are harassing a Dark Elf, hey dude, that's not cool. You walk into Windhelm, see a Dunmer getting harassed, and decide to step in. Until you don't and actually side with the Nords. Skyrim lets you roleplay as a moral hero right up till the quest marker tells you to assassinate someone's grandmother for 500 gold. And that's the beauty of Skyrim. Standing up to racism in Skyrim is easy. Just press W and walk away before the quest log tells you to side with it. Discussing racism in real life. Discussing racism in Elder Scrolls. This meme is the equivalent of, I'm not racist in real life, but in Tamriel, let's just say I have some strongly held cultural opinions about certain people. In the Elder Scrolls universe, people will write 4,000 word essays defending elf supremacy because it's immersive. And nothing brings people together like pretending fantasy racism is morally different because it has better armor sets. Alright, and enough of that. Join the Imperials as an Argonian because Stormcloaks are racist. Join the Stormcloaks as an Argonian as a divided empire is good for Black Marsh. Yes, the Stormcloaks are racist, but if Ulfric destabilizes the empire enough, Black Marsh gets to breathe, expand, and maybe send another invasion party into Morrowind for old time's sake. And choosing sides isn't about loyalty, it's about which version of chaos benefits the lizards the most. When you ask the Dunmer in the Grey Quarter how they're doing now that the Stormcloaks have lost the war, I'm good, now go get us some slaves. The Dunmer got their foot off their neck and immediately asked where the Argonians are at. The Grey Quarter didn't want equality, they wanted the chance to be racist again without getting yelled at by a Nord in a bear hat. And these aren't oppressed refugees, they're former slaves waiting for their paperwork to clear. All things said, turns out the Dunmer weren't against racism. They just hated being at the bottom of the food chain. We are racist. Aw, you're sweet. We are racist. Hello? Human resources? When the Dunmer are racist, it's part of their rich cultural identity. When the Nords are racist, it's problematic. One enslaved Argonians for centuries and built an empire on it, and the Nords, they let the Dark Elves in. Guess which one gets treated like they invented racism and which one gets invited to TED Talks. Skyrim Nords say, Skyrim is for the Nords and everyone panics. Dunmers say, slavery is tradition and get applause. How does that work? When I'm in a racism competition and my opponent is an Elder Scrolls player. Competing with an Elder Scrolls fan in racism lore is like challenging a necromancer to a funeral. Because you actually walk in thinking it's a morality debate. They walk in quoting the Red Pocket Guide to the Empire and calling you a casual. Other games let you pick the race. Elder Scrolls makes you hate 5 and trust none. Thanks for watching. And you've already committed this far, might as well subscribe and make it official.